welcome to the Game Buzz, the weekly podcast from DLSbone.com, where we dive head, feet, and balls first into the hottest topics of the week. Yes, I'm Matt Gardner. I'm joined once again by Jonathan Lester.
Hello.
And by Carl Phillips.
Not the balls.
Always the balls.
Oh.
Yes.
Balls.
Always the balls.
I'm going back to my campfire. You just leave me alone.
No, we're not going back to your campfire. We're going to revolutionary France, where reports say the next Assassin's Creed game is to be held.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Awesome. I mean, it's not like Japan or like China or like Victorian London or the future. So, you know, none of those things are happening. But you know what? I mean, there's a lot they can do with this setting.
There is. I mean, like we were saying earlier, it could be super awesome. We could have a musical on our hands. We could have Assassin's Creed Les Mis.
Do you reckon?
Yes.
Do you think they're going to play fast and loose with a historical setting?
I think they will. I mean, Stephen James Hyde mentioned that there wouldn't be an Eiffel Tower there because that came 100 years later.
Oh, but you better believe they will.
I'm so glad that re-recording allows me to say that and not look like a tit. But
yeah, you really screwed that up last time.
But in fairness, like Ubisoft have dicked around with history before. You know, they sort of filched little kind of artifacts and historical buildings from history and just group them all together in one place in Assassin's Creed 4. So,
I'm calling it now. Jacques Cousteau and Inspector Clouseau are both Templars.
Yep.
I'm calling it right now. They're going to be in there. They're going down the Seine in a submarine. They're going to jump off the Eiffel Tower into it. It's going to be great.
Into a submarine while singing.
Yes, obviously.
And Russell Crowe turns up.
Oh, God, yeah, I was going to say, let's not have him there.
Let's not have him there.
And his monotonal voice.
Well, here's the thing, though, guys. Like, Ubisoft are a French company, and they've got Canadian studios. So they might actually be able to provide some half-decent voice acting this time round.
But never a French-Canadian accent.
No, but they can actually just use some of their French employees and have access to, you know, actual French voice talent and, you know, voice acting, like acting agencies and stuff. They can
Yves Guillemot's the baddie.
Yep.
No, yeah, except what they're actually going to do is just employ Nolan North again, who puts on an outrageous French accent.
They could hire me. I'd do that for much less.
I was just about to say, we have managed to get through the talk of Assassin's Creed and not have you do your accent.
Mais oui, you dastardly assassin! I will kill you!
Why don't they just get, like...
Escargot. Escargot. They call it Escargot now.
Why don't they just get John Cleese to reprise his, like, accent in Monty Python and the Holy Grail? It's like, I fight in your general direction. You know, it just works.
Obviously, I hope that'll be on L1.
Oh man, Assassin's Creed Arthur, Assassin's Creed Camelot.
Oh my god, that'd be so great.
That'd be wicked. We're obviously with bits of Monty Python and the Holy Grail spliced in there for good measure, because you know reasons. That absolutely definitely happen. I still want to see. Do you know what I want to see? Because you know how in Assassin's Creed 3. You know, we had Connor, who was really boring, and then the British guy comes along, and he's totally awesome, and basically James Bond. Yep. We all wanted to be him.
Mm-hmm.
Forget Arno, the rumored French protagonist of this game. No, we want to be the freaking Scarlet Pimpernel. Yes, played obviously by Richard E. Grant.
Well, yes.
Well,
obviously.
Yeah, clearly.
I think.
Or Nolan North doing a really bad Richard E. Grant impression.
They see him there. They see him there. The Frenchies seek him everywhere. Is he in heaven or is he in hell? The damned elusive Pimpernel. What? No, he's an assassin.
But maybe Arno will be the Scarlet Pimpernel though.
Yeah.
Maybe we won't care because we'll be too busy like climbing up the
swimming around with Jack.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the hunchback.
Yeah, that's true because we can go into Notre Dame.
Into Notre Dame, so we're going to climb up. He's going to be up there.
Yeah.
Like all the sod like any kind of historical continuity. That's all going to be in there. We played Assassin's Creed 3. We know you play fast and loose with this Ubisoft. Leonardo da Vinci made us a tank.
What will Quasimodo give us?
Yeah, exactly. So come on, yeah, this is happening now.
What would Quasimodo give us though?
Some sort of backpack based patch, I guess. Backpack, I'm guessing.
Oh god!
Maybe a really big sort of bell weapon, like a bell.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bell to ring.
Basic. Yeah.
Your brethren.
Yeah.
Descend from the heavens and Kill everyone.
Your ami.
Oui, mes amis! Encore! Ouais! Allez!
Oh, l'assassination.
It could be quite cool though. Like we could storm the Bastille.
Oh my god.
Yeah, obviously that's going to be in there.
I've totally got the right person to throw in. Right?
Throw in the Bastille.
Well, yeah, we can throw the Bastille. No, but throw into this new Assassin's Creed. It's the
Snoop Dogg.
Obelix.
Oh no, we would totally have.
It's obviously Snoop Dogg's.
Well, Snoop Dogg is there, but there's one person, you know.
Every Ubisoft game must have Snoop Dogg linked with it in some capacity.
Revolutionary
Yeah.
nizzles.
But I mean, there's one person who's French.
Dog, I'm the cardinal. Cardinal dog.
Oh.
Richelieu.
Yeah, he's French. He's got he's got a mean streak with violence, and he's acted previously. Eric Cantona.
Yes.
It
oh
makes
my
sense.
God. Oh my god. Yes.
He just comes in. He pricks up his collar and just goes what, and then just kicks someone in the face. Oh, it'd be amazing.
Yeah, leaps over an advertising billboard that's there for no good reason. Kicks someone in the face.
Yeah.
Who's very definitely like an 18-something, whatever the year is, Wimbledon fan.
Yep.
And everyone applauds. Oh yeah, and there have to be seagulls following a trawler.
Well, yeah.
Obviously, because it's Cantona. He just got arrested recently for like assaulting someone, didn't
Did
he?
See,
assassinating
yeah,
someone.
This is all. It's an ARG. It's all just playing into this.
Yeah. But then again, I think that this is going to be one of the. I think this is actually going to be one of the most respectful and historically accurate ones. I mean, Ubisoft, they are a French company. They're going to want to do this right. So I think there's a good chance that this is going to be quite like bang on in terms of the history, maybe. Although they might just say, yeah, fuck it, here's a massive croissant robot. Something like that.
I'd play that.
It'd be so tasty. It'd be like, ooh.
Do you reckon we'd be sneaking into like royal bedrooms and stealing princes?
Stabbing them up with a sharpened baguette.
My bread is long.
It's easy, yeah. That's what Snoop Dogg would say. That's his weapon of choice. His bread is literally long and sharpened to a razor-sharp point. It's perfect. And then you eat the murder weapon. It's
Snoop
genius.
Dogg for pimping
the perfect crime.
Pimpernel, mate.
Yes. The Snoop Dogg Pimpernel.
The Snoop Dogg Pimpernel. Yes.
We've done it.
We've done it.
We've done it again, boys.
We've done it once
Crowdsourced Blue Sky thinking strikes again.
Yep.
Oh, man. We're just so good at this.
Yeah.
I'm not even...
We're on fire.
Yeah.
Freaking
Oh, Carl, what are you even talking about? I'm just visualizing the riches now.
The mountains of money.
I'm just seeing the riches.
Thrones of money.
Oh, and the adoration as well.
Yeah, you can thank us later, Ubisoft, but send us that money now.
Yep.
Yeah, do that. And and then they're going to be carrying us along like underneath the Arc de Triomphe, like be huge crowds out there going, "You saved Assassin's Creed, Dillsbone. Yeah. You saved it."
Yeah,
historical accuracy and
make love to me, Dillsbone.
Make love to me, Dillsbone.
Oh God, this is taking a very, very dark, wrong turn.
Couché avec moi, Dillsbone.
So yeah, Ubisoft, if you want to use any of our ideas, feel free. Just pay us some money, and if you want to just have all of us for voice acting, we are
very available. Very bon at it.
Très bon,
indeed. Très bon, vraiment excellent.
That rhymed. That was awesome.
All right.
Right. Let's move on to the worst kept secret in gaming that came out this week. GDC, Sony finally unveiled their VR headset.
I thought you were going to say Dennis Diak's fiduciary misconduct.
No.
All right, okay.
I'm so done talking about silicon.
Fair enough.
But yeah, Sony VR Project Morpheus headset. What do we think?
I think it looks great. I think it looks like a really nice piece of tech. I mean, unlike Oculus Rift, which I do love immensely, it doesn't look like sort of a scuba mask and
welding
taped to it,
yeah,
and welding goggles and held together with sticky back plastic. Don't get me wrong, I like that about Oculus a lot, but this looks like a really nice piece of kit. And I especially like that Sony have said that a lot of the processing is done by a sort of separate box, like a big box that's between your console and your headset, which will then pipe the unedited image to your TV, so the people on the screen can see sort of what you're doing. and get involved with the game. I like that idea a lot.
That's pretty cool. Carl, what's your take on it?
Well, kind of like going further on from that. I mean, that works in terms of, I mean, split screen gaming, as we've noticed, has pretty much died off in recent years. Only like a few games managed to keep it in. So much like the really impressive yet did not really take off 3D TV that Sony released not too long ago, with the fact that you could have 2 pair of glasses and have a full screen split screen experience. This could also add to it. You could have one person on the TV, another person on a headset.
Messing with their mind.
Yeah, pretty much. And I just think that the application for that is
Antichamber needs to get on that.
Right. Oh God, yeah.
Antichamber VR.
A bomb everywhere.
But here's the thing: I have one concern about this VR thing, because right now, I mean, apart from the fact that, you know, proving financial commercial viability is a whole can of worms. Gaming over the last few years, like pretty much ever since the Wii came out, gaming came downstairs and came into the living room, and that's where it stayed. It's there. It's something that everyone can get involved in. And yeah, even though split screening died off, it's coming back, and you've got loads of cool cooperative games. Like you had the Guitar Hero games and all that come out, and you know, a lot of games still have pretty great local co-op. But here's the thing: VR to me right now, the applications that I've seen on it right now are very insular. They create your own world to exist in. They create a new world for you to exist in, that you kind of almost by yourself. Like it cuts you off physically from everyone else in the room. Like, you could be playing with other people online. That's cool, but in that works fine if you're in your bedroom, if you're in a study or gaming room, whatever. But in your living room, the focal point of your house, where there are likely to be other people there and your family there, I mean, it seems to me almost to be quite antisocial a little bit. I think that to me could be a bit of a barrier. Thoughts, guys? I'm rambling.
Yeah,
like
I don't. No, you're absolutely right.
Rambling, man.
It is.
I'm still going, Carl.
God
Stop
damn it,
rambling,
man! God
John!
damn. No, you're absolutely right. It is an issue, but I think, and it's something that I've perhaps noticed in a few sort of like pieces about the Project Morpheus. Sony are looking beyond gaming with this peripheral, and I think that's very key in terms of whether it succeeds or not. I mean, you look at Kinect. I mean, Johnny, you're the one who has all of the Kinect devices in the world. I
can't believe I have 2 Kinect sensors.
But yeah, I mean, for that, I mean, yes, there are gaming applications, but I'm assuming that you use that more for your interaction in terms of the console and menus and other social features and things like that. I mean, would you say that that's correct? I mean, I
use it mainly for saying Xbox on, Xbox on, Xbox on, Xbox
on.
Oh, there you go. Oh, there's the button. I'll just press the button. But no, once you've done that, I use its voice commands all the time for everything.
Yeah, and this is the thing. If yes, it's there for gaming potential, but it has its applications outside of it, which makes it a much more useful tool and much more attractive to people who not necessarily aren't gamers, but sort of like anyone around the home can use it. And I think that is going to be key for Project Morpheus in terms of its application outside of gaming, because if they can realize something with that, then I think they'll be onto a winner. I mean, yes, in case you've got the obvious things,
obviously.
Pornography, films, other such viewing thing, right in your face. But
right there,
just dangling, right there.
Just dangling, just hanging dong. Just right there, right in your face. That's what you want.
It's, I mean, yes, you've got those sort of applications, but whether they can find a way to do it outside of that is, I think, is going to be key. But there is one other worry I have with the whole like Project Morpheus and the VR headset, because they have said that the Move is going to be usable with it. And my only worry is you've got this headset on. Like you say, you're completely cut off from the outside world. You've got headphones in. You're moving the Move around, and all of a sudden, thwack, you've just punched your significant other because you can't see what's going on. And it's like, oh sorry, I've got to keep going. I've got to keep going.
Call the police.
What?
Are you trying to tell us something, Carl? Should we be calling the authorities?
What I'm trying to say is that, Matt, if we get hold of it...
Morpheus made me do it.
It made me do it.
They've got to change that name. It just sounds like a really dodgy Matrix fanfic. It sounds awful. What? It's a terrible name.
The Soniculus Biffed.
The Soniculus Biffed.
That kind of works. But yes,
that's my rap name. You said it, now I'm using it.
But yeah, Matt, my point is that if if we do get a Project Morpheus and I do end up hitting you, it's all legal because I don't want to lose the game. That's all it is. Exactly. Yeah. Everybody just lost the game.
Outstanding.
Yeah, so, do you know what? I like the idea of it. I mean, I've been a big proponent, exponent, fan of VR since the rise of the Oculus Rift. And Sony admitted it. They admit they've taken a lot of cues from Oculus. Oculus have been instrumental in forging a path towards the mainstream. VR's not there yet. It's going to be interesting to see, as you said, John, in terms of commercial application and how accessible it is, like the price point. Because this is the thing, like we mentioned this before, people haven't taken to 3D, and that's just a pair of specs. Yeah. Like this is a great big hulking thing on your face, making you look like armored Geordie from the Next Generation. So like, I don't know. It's kind of.
Well, you've just sold it right there. I mean, that needs to get. They need to get. What's it? Is it Lamar Burton? What's his name? They need to get him like LeVar. That's it. They need to get him like modeling it. Obviously.
Oh my god, that'd be so good. And then he can do his little roll underneath the warp cord like doors in engineering at the last second.
Oh no, hang on. No, because they replaced his visor with cybernetic eyes, didn't they?
Yeah, but it's still iconic.
Though. No continuity. No, it breaks the continuity.
Wait, hold on. No. Okay.
Wait, no,
story. No, not even retcon. Like, so like after every 10 years, he has to have them like, revamped, or so like it goes in for like an MOT on his eyes, and for that he has to have the stuff taken out, and so he has to have a new sort of like ocular like thing put on. It's the Project Morpheus.
It looks a lot like sort of universe. Like Ghost in the Shell kind of like, one of those cool visors that they wear, like the combat visor thing. Looks awesome.
Yeah.
Although the Oculus Rift looks more like that, covered in sticky back plastic.
Well, it's kind of like the two teams. Like if you're in an FPS, you've got one side that's also like really sleek and elegant, and obviously has the money, and then you've got the other side which is just like taping bits together, which literally was the Oculus Rift at one point. It was just tape and electric. So,
yeah. The thing about the Morpheus design though is it looks like a really amazing pair of like this really amazing next gen visor, but someone's sort of leaning an electric can opener on the top of it.
Multi-purpose.
There's a lot going on there. So they've got this really cool piece of kit, and they thought, you know what, we need to make it look really shit. Let's just put that. It looks maybe more comfortable.
It could have been a bicycle helmet.
It looks more comfortable than like a lot of VR headsets I've seen.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, then again, you'll never see it because you're wearing it. Everyone else in the room will just be like laughing at you and like.
That's the thing, yeah. Like people are gonna be there watching like something on the TV. You're gonna be there in your own little words, going, "Holy fuck balls, yes!"
Yeah, like watching a movie, there'll just be a whole sofa full of people watching the movie, just going, "Okay," and you on the end going, "Whoa, I'm in the movie! Oh man, this is the most intense Requiem for a Dream viewing session ever!"
No.
It is in your face, and there's no escaping it. And
yeah. Oh, that was not necessary.
You wouldn't be able to turn away from cringeworthy moments. Ever.
Happy birthday to you. Yes, birthday. Happy Requiem birthday.
Worst present ever. So yeah, VR's pretty cool.
Sorry, my voice went really weird there for a minute. Yes.
So yeah, VR's pretty cool, but still not sold on mainstream application and appeal yet. But it's cool that Sony are doing it. I'm quite eager to see just like what they do. I'm eager to see actually like indies get hands on and get involved with that, because obviously that's where the awesome.
That's where the innovation is.
That's where the innovation.
Sony are able to do that, because you see the great thing about the Oculus Rift is that if you've got a PC, you can just kind of just do it.
Yeah.
And console manufacturers don't have that same luxury, but Sony have been laying the groundwork. They've been great with their indie support this last year and a half. So they could do this. They could get a bunch of indies on board. And yeah, whether or not we'll wear one in the living room rather than sort of upstairs, rather than wearing an Oculus Rift upstairs, I'm not sure. I don't know.
No, we'll be down in the living room, perched on the end of sofas, punching people in the balls unawares. It's gonna be great.
Then taking the headset off and going, hang on, why don't we just do it on the TV, big TV we got over there, and then everyone can see what's happening. And
because technology, John.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Because technology.
Yeah. Because we can.
Because we can. Let's move on. Basically, I want to give a little bit of a shout out to Andy Ford, Deals Pwn regular, who goes by the name of Zephyr. I interviewed him this week because he's just become he has a blade, the Zephyr blade.
Oh, Zephyr blade.
Zephyr blade. And you just completely derailed everything I was gonna. Yes, interview where he talks about becoming a Wii U third-party developer in his game Internal Invasion, and I asked him a question. It'll be in sort of the second part of the interview coming along next week, which was if you could bring back any Nintendo IP on Wii U, what would it be and how would you do it to like make it fresh and awesome and get people more interested in the console? And his answer was Pokemon. He'd love to see a 3D Pokemon RPG on there. I mean, I would as well. I think that would be lovely, Nintendo. Please do that. But I thought I'd extend the question out to you chaps.
Oh, that's a no-brainer for me. I would relaunch Star Fox, obviously, or Starwing as we knew it over here, and I would relaunch it. Probably see if I could get Project Aces. You know, the guys behind the Ace Combat series. Oh yeah. Namco Bandai's already worked with Nintendo. They're even working with them on Super Smash Brothers. They're that close. They could do this, and I'd make it play more like, in the main, more like Rogue Squadron. Free space combat, loads of enemy fleets and stuff. It'd be awesome. Like space missions, ground missions. It'd be awesome. Hopefully, like mixing between the two, enormous bosses. But I'd have it so that when you sort of weakened a capital ship or something, you could optionally start a rail shooting sequence where you'd fly around it and even fly through it and into it and sort of underneath their flak, and it would turn into, during these sequences, it would turn into the classic Star Fox rail shooter gameplay. And you know what? While we're living in Fantasyland, I'd make Falco the main character because he's Iceman and he's awesome. And it makes more sense. You know, Star Fox is a fox because it makes mechanical sense. He runs down his path. Foxes run, they zigzag, but, you know, they don't really have any, like, you know, they just kind of run down their route. Falcons are a bird of prey. They're an apex predator. They fly around. They do loads of cool stuff. Also, Falco is a dude. So there we go.
He's a bit of a badass.
Yeah, and they could rebrand it Starwing, and then I don't know, probably ruin it by making it really mature and stuff. But you know, well, sorry, I mean mature. You didn't see the inverted commas there. I mean what some game developers think mature means. But yeah, I mean they could do all sorts of stuff with that. You know what? Make it more low tech. Give it a more Firefly vibe as well. Do that as well. We're in Fantasyland. That's what I'd do.
That sounds pretty awesome. Cole, what would you do?
Well, I mean, admittingly, I've never been a huge Nintendo fan in terms of in the past. Like I went with the Sega consoles when I was so yeah, which sort of like shows that I clearly like a losing side. So I should probably get on Nintendo stuff right now. But I mean, looking over the IPs that they've had in the past and perhaps the ones more recently, I think if there was one IP that I would like to see go onto the Wii U, I think it would have to be Fire Emblem. I mean, we've already seen Awakening being such a success on the 3DS. And I just think, you know, they've got this tablet that I think that could be used to great effect. You know, potions and maps and things like that. But you've also got the Miiverse stuff. You could create this whole thing community sensitive because we've seen it work with the street passing things and like fighting armies and trading officers and whatever. But in a way, you could also perhaps go for a sort of like a pseudo MMO sort of thing. And so like team up with players to sort of like take over the land or defend your sort of like country or whatever, like there's things like that. And I think there's just a lot of scope for that sort of thing, I think.
Yeah, like the multiplayer from Shogun 2.
Yes.
Yeah, like that, but bigger. That'd be great. I'd love to do that.
Add in the whole thing, so like with the whole romance thing, so like have one of your soldiers romancing one from another and everything else like that. It just I think there's just such great potential for that. And with it being on a console and having, I don't want to use it to say it, but cloud power.
Wii U cloud power.
Wii U cloud power. But, you know, that sort of thing, I think it could work really well on a home console.
I think our eyes are going to be on, because there is Shin Megami Tensei Cross Fire Emblem is coming out on Wii U. It will probably be maybe out in Japan this year. I don't know. The thing is, though, it's Shin Megami Tensei Cross Fire Emblem. We don't know exactly what elements of which franchise are going in there.
Yep.
I assume it's going to be the tactics of Fire Emblem with the demons of Shin Megami of Megaten. I would guess. I mean, that would seem the obvious way to do it for me. But we'll see what happens on that. But yeah, I'd love a full fat Fire Emblem game on that platform.
That sounds totally awesome.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Super Mario RPG, but I'm not saying that anymore because I've got a new awesome idea.
Oh my god!
It's totally awesome.
Is it?
It's totally awesome, and it involves Prey 2.
Metroid Prey 2.
No. An F-Zero game where you play Captain Falcon, but you play Captain Falcon as a bounty hunter because he's a bounty hunter when he's not racing. And so you drive around in the Blue Falcon in the city and then get out and freaking kick ass. But like with the gamepad talks to you, and like the screen, you could have like this disembodied head or face thing, which is basically like Kit from Knight Rider, who is the Blue Falcon. So you're playing Captain Falcon, you've got a talking freaking car. It's freaking amazing. You can engage in races, of course, because it's an open world game, but you're also running down perps in Port Town. Boom.
Falcon punch.
Exactly right.
That would just that.
Nintendo never gonna make that.
Never, but that would be amazing.
Platinum could make it.
Like Human Head just need to take their like Prey demo, add some cars in it, add like Blue Falcon,
or like Samus
in there, or Samus maybe. Yeah. Or Captain F-Zero versus Metroid, where you've got the top two bounty hunters in the galaxy, freaking Captain Falcon and Samus, hunting one another. Yes, 2 gamepads. What? I'm not sure how it's going to work, but it's going to work somehow. I'm not. Oh, but yeah, we could. Yeah, maybe.
That actually be pretty cool. And I think about it.
That would be awesome.
You know how in the Mass Effect series, you learn about how Rex had that big battle with that other like Asari like commando in that station, and they were there for 2 weeks basically systematically blowing it up, you finding resources and stuff like that. You could basically just have that. Like they're in the space station, they're hunting each other down, you've got to go around, find resources, and ultimately take the other one down.
That would be good, except that, oh man, they'd have to gimp Samus unbelievably badly to give.
She couldn't get all of her stuff through the airlock. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the thing. I mean, every Metroid game starts with Samus losing all of her cool stuff. Or in the case of Other M, some random dude going, "Oh, hey Samus, can you not use your amazingly cool, badass, powerful abilities, please?" And she goes, "Yes, because I'm a shit character now." So I guess that would have to happen again in this game.
Well, yeah. Well, no, it's a space station where she has to surrender all the stuff, and so she has to acquire everything for her suit on the station.
More like energy tanks and stuff, because otherwise she'd just like Captain Falcon walk out, go like, "Yeah, Falcon punch," and Samus would just instantly vaporize.
Exactly. There we go. It's
within seconds.
But there we go. We've got it all written up. On the space station, she has to go in. Yeah, they're done.
Jobs are good.
Done.
Job is good.
We've done it again, boys.
We've done it again. Blue sky thinking.
Oh yeah.
Totally
in your case,
awesome.
Blue sky drinking.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I think it's about that time. Before we go, winners and losers of the week. Loser of the week this week.
Losers of the week are a whole bunch of British-based publishers and developers who are hoping for tax breaks in the budget.
Yeah.
And didn't get them, but at least they can now drown their sorrows thanks to the amazing tax breaks on beer.
Yay!
So all you gotta do is buy 400 pints. You get one free. Woo! So that's Friday night sorted.
Hey, if you drink 4,000 pints, you can buy a game.
No.
Awesome. Money in your pocket,
that is money in your pocket. That's only 4,000 pints, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta get drinking and then go play some bingo.
Go play some bingo. Hold that thought. I've got it. Hang on.
Bye. Happy birthday.
He's off to play bingo.
Happy birthday. I think Dan's arrived by the sound of it.
Happy birthday
to
Matt. Happy birthday to Matt.
Okay, looks like we're gonna get. Okay, cool. Looks like we're going to be getting Diablo DLC code.
Right.
Cool.
Where were we? Loser of the week.
We're talking about bingo. That was it.
Bingo. Yeah, that's that. I think that's a pretty good shout for loser of the week. George Osborne, just generally, actually. It's my slappable face. Politics.
I was going to say we're not a politics side. No politics here.
No politics here. Winner of the week.
Well, obviously Nintendo for all of these amazing ideas we've just given them, and clearly
and Ubisoft.
Ubisoft. I mean, you just seriously, you can just fire just pretty much everyone. They just give us a bunch of coders, bring us in, just give us access to a bunch of coders. Yep. We can knock this out in like next week. We'll have a prototype up and running. It'll be great.
Be awesome.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much it. I can't think of any of the and anyone who could possibly beat that.
One more. Yeah, I mean exactly.
I actually can't. This is the thing. It's been a relatively quiet week this week.
Well done, Microsoft, by the way.
Oh, for
shipping a few Xbox Ones.
They're the wins.
They've won pretty big this week on the back of Titanfall and EA and Respawn. They probably won't be winning, if reports are to be believed, when it comes to Titanfall 2. But for now, sit on that throne made of money.
Yep.
And revel in it.
Revel in
ball pen.
The Titanfall.
Ball pen of pound coins.
Or play Infamous, which is also very good.
It is. The reviews up on the site. Go check that out.
You know who the winner is? Gaming. Yes, again.
Oh, not again. Yeah, but we always cop out. So you know what?
Yeah, we're not.
Not copping out this time. Winner of the week is, let's cop out.
Gamblers.
Yeah, cop out. Gamblers.
Drunk gamblers.
Drunk bingo fans.
Well done, drunk bingo fans.
Well done.
Well done.
Have a hand. Yeah, there it is. Thank you so much for listening, guys. We will catch you next week for another troll to the week's We will be back. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Anyway, on that horrible bombshell. Bombshell. It's time to say goodbye. Thank you so much for listening. If you're listening to this on YouTube, please hit subscribe. Tell your friends. This has been the Game Buzz. Have a great weekend.
Ralph.